depression and wanted to bootleg on their farm. They kind of said no. Lorraine was more reluctant than Frank, but anyways, they had to pay for their farm and had to pay for their kids' clothing and their food. So finally they said yes. And it turns out Lorraine actually took more of a liking to it than she thought she would. So she kind of was the brains behind the whole thing. Frank did all the shipping and kind of more ran the production. She was more of all the finance and the back end of it that dealt with everybody. Then she also made a baker's recipe. So on their farm, they did large batch, which made over 300 gallons a day on their farm. She made about $75 a day, which is a lot during the Depression.
Yeah.
And then she also played around, made her own yeast, and then started a baker's recipe, which is what we use today. Because there's a ton of different recipes from the Templeton area. We use the true baker's recipe, which is water, sugar, rye, and yeast. So it's the most historically accurate recipe on the market today.
Cool.
Nice. But yeah, so they did that, and then Lorraine started teaching, allegedly started teaching Rich's brother, Frank, never remember his name.
Rich's brother.
Chuck. Yeah, started teaching him, allegedly, and then allegedly Chuck taught Rich, and then they've been doing it illegally for about 20 to 40 years between the two of them together. So that's how they kind of passed it down to me. And then, so we're the back part of this distillery.
Mm-hmm.
I'll show you where we kind of ended, and then we took over the rest of this building. So we had an old tasting room that was set up and everything. It was awesome. We had a bar. Tore that down, started building this, and then the state told us that they changed the laws. So this took us like 3 years to build this tasting room. And then they told us we had to be a separate building. They told us we had to do a bunch of stuff. So we settled on a separate entrance, so that's why that door is sealed off. And then come over here. We went with a lot of different contractors, got quotes on it and stuff, and we figured out that the best way to do it, we actually went down and cut this out of the barn. This is over 100-year-old wall. We cut out of the barn, and then it's got Frank Sextro's name there, and he's German, so he does his S backwards. And then also right there, they got the still too close, so it burned off his Aura on there.
That's awesome.
That's just
Yeah, so, yeah, so we had to take that out of there. And then we also got this wall. It wasn't set up like this, how they connect this way. This one was actually flip-flopped, kind of in a hallway. But they had to take this apart to get in this one of their stills that was too big. So they took off all the slats and took it apart. When they put it back together, they got these in the wrong places. So it's supposed to be Frank's initials on there, but they got them in the wrong places. We were gonna fix them, but kind of a cool story to leave it. So, so we left it exactly how it was. And then this also went up to the corn crib, so we left that on there too, just show how it would be in the actual barn. And then here's a picture of this wall in the barn when it was still intact and everything. That was about 3 years ago.
And this is sitting right there.
Yep. Yep. So we got everything to